Hey guys, I'm Round 1 Fight, and this is my reaction to Kratos vs. Asura Death Battle. I'm pretty excited about this one. I don't really have much of a connection to the match. I'm mainly just excited based on what's been said around the length of the episode, how it's going to go debate-wise, various other factors that I think could make it interesting. Mostly just excited for the show to be back, hoping it gets to some good episodes soon enough. You know, I honestly can't tell what's up with these, like, what the timer is supposed to be based on it and whatnot. I think it's getting closer. I don't know. Oh, there we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There we go.
Kratos versus Asura.
They
The
still cut
Ghost
that.
of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Cause sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
That
job
looks
to
good.
analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I wonder if they brought Boomstick, Wizard
In
Boomstick
the
animation
beginning,
back.
the primordials
All official
waged
material.
war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes.
Don't know what that
birthed
was
the
for,
universe.
unless they mean the
Boom.
Twitter statements
Now
or something.
that's what I call a big bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting a whole messy cycle.
Probably could've
Uranus
said
was
chaos,
overthrown
'cause,
by
you know,
his
the whole
Titan
Greek
son,
thing.
Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard
Likes
child
all
of
his,
Zeus, Kratos was left among
slide
Spartan
puzzles.
mortals,
Just like
far
Sackboy.
exceeding all among him. He became
I wonder if they'll
a fierce
reference Shovel
warrior,
Knight.
winning many a battle until finally
Because, you know, him whooping Kratos' ass was canon.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours.
Yeah, that meme is
A deal was
legendary.
made, and
Especially in the
Kratos
Death
was
Battle
joined at the
server.
bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and
Yeah, I
basically a
tried
badass
watching that
whirlwind of
first game for a
flaming steel.
trailer.
But
Did not
Ares
feel too
had
good
a
about that, which is
scheme.
why I scrapped
While
the
doing
trailer.
work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was
Metal way to gain a new
forevermore
look.
the Ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in
For anybody
fear
who's
as the new
seen
god
that-
of war took out
Yeah.
his rage on
For anyone
all
who's
of
seen that
And got some
Kratos is
new
having
gear
up
out of it,
thing,
too.
it's like,
With Poseidon's trident and
Zeus,
Icarus's
your
wings,
son
Kratos
has
dominated
returned.
both
I
sea
come
and
to
sky.
run the
He also has a
hands.
tendency to carry powerful severed heads.
Oh
like
yeah,
Medusa's.
all those Greek
And
stuff.
the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself.
what that
Should have
is
thought
for.
that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire
I'm curious if
underworld.
they'll buy that as
Fought
infinite or
Atlas,
something.
the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he
Yeesh.
can do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster
Yeah,
than light. A frankly incomprehensible
I think
feat.
they might get
Then there's
Asura's
Daddy
those feet.
Zeus.
Who proved a serious challenge until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the blade.
I'm
of
curious if we'll
Olympus.
have that as
It
capable
can
of
make
killing Asura, but who
tornadoes,
knows?
lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly
Kratos
energy
regained the Blade of
and can
Olympus
pull
in
it up
Valhalla
to
and was
even
able to
kill
summon
Zeus.
afterward
Like
a memory of your
father,
past
like
being
son.
manifest.
Even while Kratos
Okay.
ultimately released hope across the Greek world,
So it
he could
is
only do
viable
so
and
after
whatnot.
annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable. Non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet,
And
he
various
couldn't be
edge.
any more depressed.
That's
His
why I haven't
wife
seen those
and
games.
daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. he wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife.
Oh, yeah.
Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape
Good
his
boy.
past
Oh,
traits.
man.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook.
Yeah, he always calls him boy for
especially
some
after
reason.
Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again!
Yep.
But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including
Again.
the Leviathan axe.
Oh, yeah.
From the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as
Yeah.
this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos
Oh.
may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Asir.
Too bad he just can't help but get
I'm
in
assuming
trouble with gods.
they're gonna
But
say he can
now
resist it based on
knew
the
how to
preview.
control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
Yeah.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and
Fair
Kratos
enough.
wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb
Nice.
all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic
That could be
that can
useful.
warp space and slow down time.
Naturally,
Also could
he
be useful.
contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur
Oh,
and
yeah.
the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant
Cosmology
would be the
stuff, maybe?
cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't
Oh, yeah.
defeat me,
Oh,
Thor.
man.
I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly.
funny.
Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree, which is
Cosmology,
like the
probably?
literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's
Okay.
very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by
So,
reckoning with his past sins.
probably universe?
Even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
I don't know.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And
Oh,
now
fun
the
Shovel Knight
boy
to stand
is a
still.
man,
Yes, yes,
and also
yes.
a bear.
Oh,
Kratos
yes.
made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god
I
of
love this
war,
music
but
they're
a
playing.
leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
Amazing ending. I love that analysis. So, basically have his hacks down, but they gave him Universal and 2.45 quadrillion times the speed of light, I think, along with a few soul hacks, time stuff, transcending time and space, blah, blah, blah. I'm curious what they'll have interact with Asura, because I don't think they gave him any options for disintegration, and I think you'd need that to kill Asura, because otherwise his soul is pretty hard to kill. Like, they even mentioned that in the preview. Though I could see them going the route of he could just destroy Asura's soul. It's annoying when I record these because I don't want to include the commercial in the recording because nobody wants to watch like the audio and all that, but then I talk over it, so I have to include it, and then it messes on my audio syncing and etc. In other words, I yap too much. Okay, let's get to Asura.
Long ago, a demigod fell
certain
from the
alternate
heavens,
media
only
only
to
uploads
rise
shares
from the
supported
depths of Naraka after
Asura's
12,000 years.
I'm guessing that's the manga.
After 12,000 years, he's free
That's funny.
to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod
Demigod,
generals, Asura served as defender of humanity
likes hot
against
spring.
the Goma. Dark
Hearing his
spirit
dark cry.
monsters
Oh, put him in
infesting
Marvel
the
vs.
And the
Capcom.
demigods
Absolutely,
battled the Goma by
absolutely.
wielding
Why
a
is he not in
mystic
there?
energy formed from human prayer.
He's literally the most
Mantra.
anime
By
character you
advancing
can possibly do
technology
there.
with Mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness Mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance.
So basically
to guess what
$7 cents
Asura's
by
is.
Eastern.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra.
It's still wild to me that he's literally essentially an anime character.
And the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
Like, he is the most anime video game character ever.
Put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Yeah, Maul's World, I think.
First off, Asura
he
is
has
not
hilarious
some
skits on Asura.
one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but
Is
also
it weird if
a
I think his
husband
regular
with a
eyes
daughter,
look...
Mithra.
And Mithra
Actually,
has
no,
the
his eyes
unique
look
power to
fine. They're just
supercharge
kind of weird.
mantra energy.
Like, compared to when
Which
he...
gave
They're,
Asura's
what?
prideful commander, Deus, an
You know,
idea. If he could weaponize
what's
Mithra, literally wiring her up to a
like
super
Oni,
weapon,
like
the
his eyes.
Guardian generals could
Well, actually, no,
maybe
they're red. Like
finally
Ninja
end
Turtle
Goma
eyes.
Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But
Yeah.
true to his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a
Yeah.
single part of his body
Same
remains
meme as,
and can possess mantra,
is,
he can climb back out of
preview.
Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he
Yeah.
did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay!
Yeah,
Oh,
I see
yeah,
they're playing
calling
House of the
themselves
Mountain
gods
King.
Now. Turns out they're
A lot
all
of people like
assholes
it.
who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really, really, really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who
I wonder if
could
they're gonna
dwarf
calc
the
that.
planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly. harden
Mantra
his
of
fist
Wrath,
to break
Resurrection,
steel,
enables
fire
transformations,
explosive energy blasts.
increases his strength,
headbutt
anger
you
he
so
gets.
hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally
Bunch of,
stockpiles anger
stuff
into
like
a
that.
burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asura's the
nice.
kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks
That-
out a
that
ref in a
meme was
Little League
hilarious.
game.
And then the gods killed that girl too,
Yep.
along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how
Yep.
the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets
He's
more
just built like
powerful
that.
the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in
Yep.
berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching
Yeah,
him into
various
his
transformations and
wrath
whatnot.
form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so
Yep.
much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms! His mantra form,
Man.
finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast!
Yep.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop!
It turns out that
Yeah.
spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra
That guy's
and
really
the
annoying.
entire universe.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir.
So
Chakra
Universal,
kidnapped
probably.
Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check
Ugh.
out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm.
Hmm.
Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the
The
mantra
mantra
reactor.
focuses
capable of
500
Holding
Passing age,
7
detrimental
trillion
effects such as
souls,
his wrath form to
Asura
extend to far greater
instead
power.
used it as a
Nice.
vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin
Nice music.
saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet. Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed
Akuma,
and
that's
offered
nice.
Asura a chance to take his
That
place.
was
Asura smiled
about
at the offer
twice
and
as
extended
slow,
his arms.
so he
Right
could
into
adapt probably.
Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs
Are they gonna
out of
elaborate
God,
on
obliterating
Chakravartin
him
or
and
no?
his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to
Yep.
smack a random thug.
I think that was like the
Meteor,
Street Fighter
or
intro.
Ryu, right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything, all because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
This is interesting. I think, unless they elaborate on some stuff, I think they might have them as like equal in strength, but Kratos was twice as fast, roughly. They might elaborate on the world tree, making that much stronger than Asura could ever adapt to. They could probably have Asura adapt in stats to the point where he would overwhelm Kratos and get much stronger without the downsides. They didn't really mention any soul stuff, maybe. So I don't know if they're gonna have Kratos is able to kill him with the soul weapons. I think I'll probably go Kratos just as a, general idea. I'm not sure what they'll do, but Kratos seems generally more likely based on what they said, unless I'm messing stuff up. Anyway, let's go.
All right, the commands are
Fortnite,
set,
of
and
course.
we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a
Death
dad
battle! Did he say dad battle? Oh? Oh, yes, great, they kept it. I heard there's like at least 6 minutes in here. Really excited for that. Oh, they removed the audio. What's this? Oh, what's she doing? Is this Valhalla or something?
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. Run!
Oh, that's nice. Music sounds good. Action was pretty good. I'm guessing he's gonna summon it back. Nice Dragon Ball action. Oh, I think that's a reference to one of the God of War fights. Oh, oh, that's cool. I hope they put that in there. Oh, so they're just, you know, doing the, form names. Ooh. Animation looks pretty good.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up!
Oh.
Very well.
Assuming this is just going therapy route, maybe. Oh, that looks epic. I'm assuming that's a reference to some, web move in the game. Nice, nice. Ooh. Spartan Rage, probably? Oh? What happens here? Oh, I'm assuming he's gonna climb up again? Or... Hmm. Oh. Nice. Oh. Yeah, oh. Oh, now they're fighting in... Well, where is this exactly? Nice. Nice, nice. Oh, there's his damsel form. Is that his, bridge form? Hmm. Oh, of course. They're gonna do the whole planet thing Asura did. Yeah, of course. Of course they're gonna do it. Oh, I'm assuming he's gonna do the God Sword or something. Or... Oh, or he's just gonna punch it. Of course he is. That's epic. That's so cool. Good Kratos voice, too. Nice.
Death has not heard me yet, Titan.
Nice. Whoops. No sword yet, so... What about that showing up? Oh!
But you deserve a worthy end.
Hmm. Oh, he's swinging planetoids or something? Oh, that is epic. That looks just like a perfect boss fight against something like that. And there's the God Sword. Is that going to be enough? Or... Hmm. Hmm.
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
Hmm. Oh, so... It is enough, I suppose. Hmm. Oh, so I was right.
Oh, well,
Interesting
I
to see
guess
the logic.
Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and
Yeah.
Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful.
Further
Without
notions that he outspeeds him.
darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent
If
with the
Asura
shockwaves the
were to destroy the planet he was on, he could survive in outer space, as shown in his battle with Ares. This event is further substantiated as non-illusionary in God of War 2 and its
with the
novelization.
shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers.
Oh, they're about the
Since
same.
it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that
Oh,
control.
so they're
So
just
Asura
giving...
easily
yeah.
takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes,
Time stone
relics,
powers
and
would enable
even
a
his
safer
rage
approach,
gave
gaining
him far
significant
more
edge. Chakravartin's
options in
own
combat,
affected
slowing down time,
indicating
healing
vulnerability.
injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like Mantra.
Yeah, when
In God of
Asura
War
loses
Ascension,
a-
Hades and his warriors empower themselves with souls represented as green orbs. The Blade of Olympus drained Kratos of his green orbs in God of War 2, supporting those that can absorb mantra, a similar form of spiritual energy. Oh, okay.
his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility. And
Despite being
multiple ways
resistant
to
to
finish
manipulation,
this for
mantra
good
energy has been
before
harnessed and forcibly controlled before, such as by the mantra reactor.
Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could
In the
match
manga,
Asura's
Asura's rage is so immense that he's also able to survive without his core and can outpace Zeus's, etc., regenerating immediately. Kratos' multiple sources of absorption could drain being stronger than him, suggesting Asura will eventually succumb. Keeping his body parts separate is also a viable counter to that continuity which Kratos should be capable of.
crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which
Yeah.
should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000
Ooh, nice.
times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power
Wonder what they're
for a
gonna give this.
significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only one
Throughout the game, Kratos directly interacts with the tree and collects dew from its branches, so it is literal.
percent solid, a significant low ball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
Fair enough.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos
Oh yeah, the lore
outsped
versus
him.
stats
Atlas is
thing.
strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura, the sun rises.
Yeah, that's funny.
The god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Nice episode. I can agree with the logic.
But what if?
Oh. That's cool. That's cool. That's interesting. Oh, that's nice. That's a reference to Shock of Gardens fight, I think. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's a reference to some thing in the original God of War games. I wonder how long this has been. Oh, pretty freaking long.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end.
That's
Next
funny.
time on Death
Oh, yeah.
Battle.
Yeah, this got revealed at MacFest. Oh.
Subscribe
What?
and join us
Holy,
to
holy,
see
oh,
more
oh,
Death
wait,
Battle.
wait, wait.
Thanks for watching.
Wait. Was that hand drawn? I'm sorry, I gotta check that. Was that hand drawn? Oh, so they changed the thumbnail to something worse. Was that hand drawn? Come on. Huh. Let me go back and see. Huh, was that? I think that's hand-drawn or pixel, or something, I don't know. That's hype. Huh. Well, that was a pretty good episode. Not really much to say about it beyond what was shown. I think the victor was fine. I thought the animation was a bit wonky at parts, but I think it was pretty good overall. I liked their reasoning. And so I'm surprised they didn't go into Asura's adaptation and whatnot. Though their reasoning for Kratos winning does make sense. Sorry if I'm not talking more at this point. It's pretty good. Nothing really much to say about it. Pretty hype for Ghost Rider vs. Spawn, and hopefully I can make a trailer for that. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.